Hey everyone, welcome to another Gadget Talk. Chad, I know this is like our favorite types of shows is when we have other viewers on with their bills and get to showcase those. I'm so excited about this show, and I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, and I don't have to build anything. So no, but the reason why we do it is see what other people come up with too. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
really, really excited.
I mean, we always say the show's not about us; it's about those that are watching and that are participating in it, and we're just trying to give ideas and what lets you all run with them. So,
Yeah.
but I'm I've I've been busy this week. I've gotten some of my stuff built. I've been working on, of course, I had my own live stream this last weekend, and I've been working on stuff from that this week. So, but before we get too much and we bring in our guest tonight, whenever you're watching, and I'm so excited to see so many different people on tonight already. But we're going to go ahead and take care of our sponsors, and then we'll be back for the real stuff. So here we go. Once the mouse starts moving again. There it is. All right, here we go.
If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today.
Logwork, the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine Write in the Rain paper. The logbook's designed for the micro containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who'd rather go caching than doing cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special pack tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
All right, so now we're back. And so this was the stupid mouse that wasn't working, or as I call them, table rodents anymore. But yeah, so
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's kind of, I always do like same words, but the synonyms of different things. It drives Curtis and Nikki crazy when I do it, but that's why probably one reason why I do it so much is because it drives them crazy. But you want to go ahead and show yours? That's what you've kind of done with it, or is it what's it been doing, or what you've been working on?
Which one?
I don't know. Pick
well,
one.
let's do our guess and see how much time. So,
okay.
Yeah, let's do that. And then when we have time left over, I have a couple things to show. Nothing's really 100% complete, but
right.
We can go from there.
All right. So we are going to bring on Bell on the Move, or Andrew, which I guess everybody else knows him as. I just always say Bell, but Bell on the Move is on with us tonight. And so, Andrew, tell us what you got. I mean, first off, for those that have never met Andrew, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, you've been on here before, but others that have just started tuning into the podcast may not know who you are and where you're at. So if you can just tell us a little bit about yourself before, and then we'll get into your caches.
All right. I started caching September 24th of 2020. Definitely a COVID cacher as a way to get out of the house and hang out with the kids and do stuff outdoors. And I've been very busy. I currently have 40 finds, including 2 events. And I'm sorry, 40 hides, including 2 events, and 320 favorite points. Just having a great time building gadget caches.
Wow, those are some pretty impressive numbers just for starting 2 years ago, or even less than.
I didn't realize you were a COVID cacher.
So what got you really into? What was the gadget, or what got you into wanting to, like, holy cow, I want to do these gadgets and build these? What got you into that?
Went down the YouTube rabbit hole. The geocaching blogger was my gateway drug.
Yeah.
And then I found West Virginia Tim, and I found Behind the Cache, Derek's channel. And just like, wow, they say build the caches you want to find. And I didn't see any of these around my area, and I really wanted to find them. So I went crazy.
Yeah. So I don't think I've ever heard Josh called the gateway drug for geocaching. That sounds like another shirt, Tom. but but uh, Scott, the geocaching GSM times 2 says, I wish COVID caches were all like Andrew, because I know Scott's in your area and I'm sure he's been hitting a lot of your caches as well.
Yeah.
I'm seeing several people on here from your area. Unfortunately, you lost one from your area, which is Doug Ross or Ramba Cats, but you got some big shoes to fill out there. And it looks like you're doing a really great job of what I've seen so far of your caches. So
Yeah, I'm impressed with them. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Somebody
So-
called out my front cover over here that I was on FTF magazine.
I mean,
yeah, Tom.
Yeah, climb the tree with the frame back here in the back. Of course, I'm pointing with it with my mouse, but you're not seeing it. But yeah, that's an accomplishment in itself. Getting into that as well. That's awesome. So, Chad, you got anything?
No, I'm excited to see the cache.
Okay, all right. So, enough of the tap dancing. I know everybody's in the chat ready to see this cache too. So, and you actually have a couple of them to show. We got pictures of one, and then you have this one that you say it's going to be going out tomorrow. Is that true?
So the one I built for the Sci-Fi build will be going out tomorrow, and then it's replacing this one. This was my first cache I've ever built. It's a Batman themed, and you reach into the Bat Cave here and pull out the swag container. So this is the one that people saw around the area and thought was pretty cool, and I started making a lot of geocaching friends really quick, so that was fun. But this one at the park it was at has been found by muggles and destroyed twice. I rebuilt it for a second time, and I archived it so that I can just maybe travel with it, or I don't know, keep it safe around the house. And I wanted something that didn't stand out as much as a birdhouse or as busy as the park is, where I had this one. And that's why I got the supplies to make what I built for tonight.
All right, that's awesome. That's really. I mean, you said it was destroyed twice, and that my rule of thumb: if I have to do big time maintenance more than twice on a cache, it's going away. Especially if I've had a cache that kids took bats to it. So, sorry, I got to pull this comment up here. It just Gary says I mainline Josh the GCV and Cache Canada. So yeah, so there's another the gateway jogging on with our caching there. That's just funny. So
right. Andrew, I have a question. What areas do you put your caches in? Mainly parks?
Yeah, mostly parks. I try to have them close enough to the city that they're easy enough to get to, so they actually get found. But kind of hidden off in the bushes or behind whatever. I mean, most of my birdhouses, they're all on trees, so they have to be on something pretty substantial.
Right. All right. So go ahead and show us this cache that you're going to be replacing that one with. And is this the one that you have the pictures for?
Yes, this is the one I sent the pictures for. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, just tell me what picture or anything like that you want to see as we're going through it. But go ahead. You can go ahead and start with what you got there.
Okay. I mean, I guess maybe I'll just show it, and then we can look at the build pictures afterwards.
That sounds great.
Okay. So I got this silly view because I have a 4-foot long new geocache here. So corner to corner on the screen there. So just a plain piece of black PVC pipe that I had laying around from a previous build I did. And it still has all like the factory writing and everything on it. I wanted it to look as plain as possible.
Right.
And it's got some writing on there. The name of this geocache is What Type of Jedi Are You? TYPE. So it has some what I call alien symbols, but they're symbols from a keyboard. So
okay, I can pull those up for you with the shot that you sent. There's a little bit better of that. So there's kind of those symbols that Andrew's talking about.
So if you look down at your keyboard, you could probably figure out what the number is. So down here on the bottom of the tube, we've got a pin, and and the lock on there. So after you figure out the alien symbols, you come down here and you pop off the lock. And remove the pin that locks everything in. And then this was just a dowel I had with a nail going through it. And I chopped off the point and the head of the nail. So it would just make a nice little keeper pin there for the bottom.
Oh, that works great.
Yeah. I was going to ask you what you made that out of. That looks good.
When I hide my, let me bring it up here, my geocaches, I use plumber's tape to attach them to the tree, and I paint it black. And I have a whole bunch of those sponge brushes that I use. And then the handles from the sponge brushes work really good to make perches for birdhouses or things like this.
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually good. That's a good point. They really do. That's really cool.
All right, so we are open and the reveal for our sci-fi cache.
It's a cool lightsaber. I'm trying to think. It almost looks like Luke's lightsaber, cross between that and
It looks like Andrew's to me.
well, it's Andrew's lightsaber. Yes, now, yes.
Yeah, it's Luke's from the first movie.
Okay.
So yeah, nice big treasure there on the cache page. I have feel free to post ridiculous photos with the cache and just have fun with it. Down here on the cache itself, the log is going to be the blade, so people just sign right on the blade.
Oh, that's cool.
I've got pencil marks on there on both sides, so there's plenty of room for folks to sign.
I think that's awesome that they just sign right on the I don't know what you call that, the lightsaber part.
It's the beam.
Is it a beam?
Oh, sorry, Adi said, never grab the lightsaber by the beam.
Wow!
And the cache can is saying the attachment that you're using for the birdhouses is much better than tie wraps, which can cut and be replaced, cut and replace. So that's a really good point. I do like how you're attaching that. Pizza Ninja says that looks sweet. Sorry, they're kind of messing with you about grabbing the beam there. Adi says safety 101. And then Gary's saying, great tip, Adi. So, but yeah, everybody's loving that. I love that because I mean,
That's cool.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan anyways. So, I mean, we were talking before we even came on about the Book of Boba Fett, and I'm trying to work out schedules when the kids are doing their school tomorrow and then doing that and before I do some other stuff. So yeah, that's really cool. I love seeing that. Really, that's really great.
And then, as everyone knows, with my very limited tools I have a jigsaw, a Dremel tool, and a drill. So Derek will show some build pictures here in a second, but you can take a look at the handle here, the hilt, as it were. I've got a button here. This is a momentary switch that I've used for other things, but I've got extras. So that's the actual red button you can push. The handle here is our forks that I had, extra forks that I purchased at a thrift store, and just cut the heads off of those.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And then I've got a clip here from a tape measure. This is a random Greebly thing that I had in the garage. I think I took off a circuit board. And then the base right here is more of that aluminum plumber's tape.
Right.
Yeah, I could definitely see people tagging you in some Instagram photos with that cache.
Yeah. Tom says video of finders of this cache will be cool because you'll know they'll be making those lightsaber sounds. It's going to be great. You got to share your first TikTok with that one because somebody's going to be fighting something with that. So,
yeah, that is awesome.
So Jill says you need to win a gift card to Home Depot at the next event.
Yeah.
But what I think is amazing that you're just using a drill, a jigsaw, and a Dremel.
Yep.
And that's it. So you don't need to have sorry, Chad, a laser cutter, a CNC.
I was gonna say that's about what I have, right?
Yeah. You got that. Plus. I got those. I have those too.
I have them, but they're out in my shed.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
that's
use them
just,
too often.
but that's just awesome. I love that. I love the creativity of using the forks. I mean, that's just really cool. And like you said, you have a shot of this. So there's the pieces that you used.
Yep, bolt cutters to cut the forks.
That's amazing. That is awesome. I love the creativity of it.
Yeah, that's just really cool. I absolutely love that because, and that's, to tell you the truth, that goes back to really true Star Wars stuff because they made props out of anything. I mean, I don't know if I've said this on this show or on another one, that the communicator in the Phantom Menace that they were using was a female Gillette razor. That's what that was. It was a Gillette razor.
They didn't do much to it. You can see the actual razor.
You can see the razor on the stupid thing, and it's the communicator.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that Qui-Gon didn't move it too close and shave off his mustache by accident.
You'll have to, if you want to, when you publish that, you should share it with us, and we can post it on our Instagram if you don't mind.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll tag you guys on Facebook on it.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and kick up a couple more of these pictures so you can tell us about them. I don't know if I'm going to be doing these in order or not, but so this is looks like as you're kind of putting it all together.
Yeah, so the forks are nailed on. I used some epoxy on the end of the nails to kind of keep them in better. The handle there is PVC pipe.
That is just really cool. And this is just another.
Yeah, so that shows, it's got the full tang going down all the way down the PVC pipe handle, and it's just a piece of 1/2 inch by 1 inch trim board that I spray painted blue and then cut that skinny handles to fit inside the PVC pipe.
That is really, really cool. Yeah. And so there it is coming out of the pipe. And so yeah, there's your log. There's it kind of finished. And there's how your dowel rod that you use. And that is a really great idea how you did that. So they're just using the sponge paintbrush is what you used. That tip of that, you put a nail in it and put a hole in the other side for the lock. Really cool, really ingenious. Really love that. And then there it is coming out like you showed us before. And just kind of leaning up against the tree. That I'm just the creativity, the elegance and simplicity. That to me, that is just really cool. And using the forks as some bling on it, and the way you did that, really, really cool. That is really cool.
So I see you have a hole in the end of your blade there. What is that for?
That's what the pin goes through to hold
the dowel in the pin. Okay.
Yeah, to hold it into the pipe.
Oh yeah, because then you just lift it up. It has the cap on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Wow, that is really cool. I love that. This is, like I said, the just the simplicity and the elegance of that, and doing this with very simple tools. That's really cool.
Just wanted to make something fun and surprising to find, and yeah.
I mean, people are going to come up and see this PVC pipe and like, okay, what do you mean? What kind of Jedi am I? I'm just gonna. It's a PVC pipe. I got to fill water with this, right? No, you read the code, open up the lock, and you pull out a lightsaber. I can just reach in and woo, and then there goes my kid's arm. So yeah, and Scott says very simple and elegant in its simplicity. Well stated. So that's just really cool. Peace says I wish I could give double favorite points on a cache like that. So I mean, and Mini Mag is saying good job. So I mean that it's just you got some fans. This is gonna blow up on some serious favorite points. Definitely send us the GC code because I'm gonna follow this one. This one's gonna be fun to follow and seeing pictures and everything.
Me too. And I'm already thinking of some ideas. I was like, ooh, I should make one of those, but I might change a little bit of it.
I mean, you can't have enough Jedis. I mean, you can't. Yeah, that's. I
mean, you know those little simple soundboards that we do. You could add it to that button and have it make, may the force be with you, or say something, or make a sound. You can do the blade out of. You can show people log it, but do it out of acrylic and then use an LED to light it up, or EL wire. If you ran EL wire around it, it would light up. Yeah. So, but I mean, just little things that go through my head. But the problem is all that takes time. And if someone took it, I'd be like, oh man, I wouldn't make another one. That right there is so simple. Anybody can make it. And it's just amazing.
Yeah. And just the creativity coming up with the idea. And I think that's sometimes Chad and I will overthink something
all the time.
Well, and I just spend $50 or $100 on something and it walks away, I'll be heartbroken. So, this is if this walks away, it's sad, but it's not the end of the world.
Right. Right. Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah, I know, because Chad's got some that if they walk away, it's hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
You see what Tom said here. It's one of those buttons should say, "You'll put your eye out, kid."
No, that'd be if it's a BB gun.
Oops.
Well, I was trying to think. All right, so that is. I can't get over how cool that really is. That is, I love that. I love them signing the blade. That's just such a neat idea for the log. Yeah, it's going to be really fun following and seeing different people's reactions with this.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
So is this going to be is this going to be a start to a new series that you might want to do? Because I know you got a really cool series, your Indiana Jones series, that I would love to come out and do.
Yeah, we need to get some quality video on that.
I'm game. I'm ready to travel. Just probably not this year. This year's a little busy.
I'll be down there. Where you at? Southern California?
Yes.
I'm going at the end of this month down there for a week or so.
Nice.
Dang it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'll have to make a red one and a green one at least, right?
Yeah. You need to put them right next to each other so people can actually, they might wreck it.
You'll see pictures of them fighting with you. Hey, at least they're 528 feet away from each other.
Yeah.
10th of a mile. So they get a good running speed coming at each other.
No, if it's a multi-cache.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
All right. I look forward to seeing Chad's version 2.0.
I have so many projects I've started that I haven't completed. We'll see.
Next week's show, Chad will have. No, just kidding. It wouldn't surprise me, but we got some other stuff that's we're working on now. So
we're working on bigger projects. So,
but
doing weekly shows, we got to fill it in.
Yep, and I'm like I said, I'm loving that. I think sometimes the best gadgets and creative caches are the ones that are really simply made. I mean, that seems like those, and we've talked about this before, Chad, that those seem to get more favorite points a lot of times than the more complex ones.
Mine do. My simple ones they're like space savers almost, or ones I did originally when I first started caching. They get more favorite points than my high-tech Arduino based ones. So, I mean, it goes to show, I mean, I think it's the creativity of them versus, some of the Arduino stuff and just how high-tech they are. I think people I don't know why they don't give favorite points to them, but
right.
Maybe they don't think it's as creative.
So it looks like MacGyver and Flo, if it's okay, I'm going to make one and place it in Santa Ynez Valley. So I think they're asking if it's okay with you, Andrew, if they copy your idea and kind of do it there.
Yeah, that's the West Virginia Tim motto. Copy it, have fun with it. You don't need to give me credit, just have a good time.
All right. That's cool. And then Chad says, "Ooh, I have an idea for Chad that will take 2 lightsabers."
What's the
Sounds like
idea? Email it
sounds like
to
a
us.
challenge. Sounds like a
Yeah.
challenge.
Maybe we can have everybody do it.
So, and Chad, looks like they're working on trying to get an event going while you're in town.
Oh, we're gonna be at Disneyland.
Looks like they're having a
So-
convo over here in the chat about working on an event. So
Yeah, we're going to Disneyland. I think we're gonna drive down to Legoland, which is I think Southern California, further down, right?
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So
I'm not sure how much time I have. I'm gonna get one of the real lightsabers when I'm there. The ones that you buy there. Finally, that was my only thing I told my wife. I don't care what you guys are gonna do the whole time. I'm gonna get a lightsaber.
are you getting the one that goes actually extends when you push?
They
the
don't sell
button?
that. That's only for the props, or that's for the actor.
I thought they had those were selling. Maybe that's only at Disney World.
I don't know. Disney World. We looked into it, and those on the video that we're showing them, they're only for the actors right now, is what they said.
Oh, okay.
So if they have it, I'll buy it. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I knew you would.
I think it's awesome.
All right. So Tom's already sent you the message in Messenger there, Chad.
What is Messenger? Another page I got to look at? No, just joking.
Yeah,
okay.
Well,
thank you, Tom.
Anyway, all right, squirrel. All right. Well, Andrew, what's the next project you're working on? Because you're like kicking these. This is what your third gadget you're putting out this week.
Yeah.
And it's only Tuesday.
That's a good idea, Tom.
So what's the next one you got on the workbench?
I have so many bits and pieces of stuff I need to build. I have a large puzzle box that I need to get out of the garage. So my wife would like me to finish that one, I'm sure. And then I have a version of that old like fishing game where it spins and the fish come up and bite for the hook.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. I have one of those. I'm going to try to do something with that.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I know.
Using old games is such a good idea.
It really is.
Hey, look at that.
Oh yeah.
I need one of those.
Yeah, mine are upstairs in a round thing that somebody made me and sent me. Yeah, maybe that should be using old games. Maybe that should be another series that we do on here, using old games and making caches out of.
I have a old game here that I've had for a couple of years that I want to make a cache out of. That I think would be fun. So
sorry, Chad. Tom's saying, click the like button because there isn't a love button.
Nice.
Not on YouTube. There's not. So, but I really do. I can't say it enough. I really do like that, Andrew. I think that's really cool. The simplicity of it, just the creativity. I can't say that enough. It's just really cool. Absolutely love it. And it still blows me away that you did that with a jigsaw, a drill, and a Dremel.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's just really cool. I get too many tools, and like I said, I have a shirt that says no. I have too many tools. Said no woodworker ever. So
yeah, it's true.
It's true. Yeah. So that is really cool. So I really do appreciate you being on there and doing this cache because that is really cool. Chad, do you have anything else before we jump into ours?
No, I think it's amazing. I could look at that thing all day. I almost want one of my own. So that might happen soon. We'll see. If you don't mind me copying it.
Oh yeah.
or maybe taking it a little bit of a different direction, but we'll see. But yeah, no, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, your caches are great. I can't believe you've only been doing it for 2 years. So, I mean, if anybody's down in California, it sounds like, or Southern California, they need to take a look at you.
Yeah.
Pick you up and find your caches.
Yep. So what's the best way is it through the geocaching app, best way to find you? Or do you have an Instagram page that you want people to follow, or what do you want on there?
People can just message me through the geocaching app. Yeah, I check that regularly, or I'm bellonthemove@gmail.
All right. That is awesome. Well, Andrew, I really do appreciate you being here with us tonight and showing us this absolutely phenomenal cache. So thank you very much. And thank you for being a follower of the Gadget Talk and being not just in this show. I mean, I see you always in the chat on a lot of the other shows as well. And I really do appreciate that and the support that you give us. It really means the world to us. And I just really thank you for that.
All right. Thanks, guys. And thanks to everybody who stopped by tonight. I was messaging people like crazy to tell them I was on.
Yeah. Hey, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
And I love seeing everybody turn out from California on here and across around the world as well. But just really cool seeing Scott on. I haven't seen Scott on here for a while. So that was really good seeing Scott. And I see some of our regulars, but some of the other ones I haven't seen in a while. So it's really great seeing everybody in the chat tonight. Don't go anywhere, but we've got some more stuff coming up. But yeah, this is really cool. Thank you once again, Andrew.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right.
We'll catch you later.
Yep.
All right, Chad. I really did. That was just really cool. That still blows my mind. That's just
really
cool.
Amazing.
I love that.
Yeah. Yep. That's thinking just the idea of it, I wouldn't have even thought about doing that. And the forks, I mean, that's just
no. It's just
cool.
It's like goes back to doing props. I mean, that's when you're doing a prop, and even some of the stuff that we've done here, I haven't thought of it that way until you did it. And it's like, I mean, when we're talking about some simple things, that's just really cool. I just love that. So, all right. So
yeah,
you've got more caches to show than I do. I've got my
yours.
But
sure, I can start.
You're doing some more stuff on yours. Well, I think you had 2 or 3. What do you have?
I have 2. So I started making the beginning of the month, I think, when we started the Sci-Fi Cache Challenge. I had the DeWalt box.
Right.
As far as I got to is just kind of some paint on it and a little bit of greeblies or decoration, and that's about it. I'm going to save it for another build coming up or finish it. I just, excuse me, we end up getting sidetracked working on the Scream stuff and other things. Yeah. So I haven't gotten to it as much. So, but I can show you what I have done to it. Okay. It's no LEDs yet, nothing, no screens or anything. But pretty much it was the DeWalt box. And now this is what it looks like. So it will have different things on it. But sorry, I have a frog in my throat. So there'll be something in here. Yeah, thanks. And then this is just a port. So if like an R2 unit or someone needs to hook up to it, they can, whatever your imagination is you want to use. And then there'll be a few other things on it, some design, maybe some logos. I'm not sure. So
now we're talking about the forks. So tell us what those 2 parts are that you have on there.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a CD-ROM drive here.
Right.
Apart from a CD-ROM drive or hard drive. Yes, hard drive. And then this here is, I don't know if anybody here will guess what it is. But if you ever crack the screen on your cell phone, you have to heat it up and you set your phone inside something. Well, this is a machine. This is the part. It's actually a resin and it's normally red. And you actually put your phone in there and it'll separate your screen from your phone. So anyways, it's for a old iPhone, one of the originals, right? So we don't use them anymore. So that's why I used it. I just painted it black and put it on here.
See, and that's cool. That's cool because, like I said, that's once again, it's an idea of a part making it into something else. Like Andrew used the forks to make that part of it. You used the inside of a hard drive, and then to pull your screen apart. And just such simple ideas, using it for something completely different. That is so cool. I love that.
Yes. So I'm just looking for stuff with funny angles, stuff that looks like maybe it was made to be part of something, maybe formed or something like that. I don't know. So when I look at stuff, that's what I'm looking for is, does that look like maybe it was a specialty part made for a certain thing? And so that's what it is. That's all I'm doing. And then you paint it and you can do whatever you want. I end up drilling in some holes here for some Allen head. I don't know if you can see them, Allen head screws.
Yeah, I can see that
there, which is what I end up using on here too as well. But You know, I mean, when you're looking at something, it could be whatever you want. So originally I was going to end up putting it on this one because I really like the lines on this cache.
Here, let me get to that. Yeah, that's really cool too. No, that's really cool.
But we started working on that, so I thought I probably should finish that one first.
Right.
Like I said, I like too much stuff where there's halfway done
right. And you went into the weathering of it, and I love the paint that you used on that. The kind of metallic-y red paint that you used.
It's actually it's not as cool as the metallic red. But it is a maroon. I can show you exactly what it is.
Because it looks like it's got the metallic. It looks like it's got the glitter in it.
No, it just is. It's a satin, so it's a little bit shinier. But it's just a Rust-Oleum satin paint that I had from a property. I think I had like 10 cans of it left over. So I thought, let me just use this. I originally was going to do like an orange, a light orange, or like a rust color orange. But I had this sitting around, like I should probably use that. So
yeah.
But yeah, so that's all it is. The weathering, like we went over. I did some stuff here. I'm not in love with it, which is the nice thing about it is I could always paint over it.
Right.
I like all the edges and everything, but I'm not in love with the scratches here. So we'll see.
I understand. And that's like you said, we can just kind of paint over it. But I really do like the way that looks. I kind of like the scratches in the front of it. And I was looking at that piece when you first piled it up, the black piece that's for the cell phone. I'm sitting going, that looks, at first I was almost thinking it was part of a charging port for a drill of some sort. So maybe it's a charging port for something. I don't know. That's just, that was running through my head as you're showing it there. And I love the port for like an R2 unit or one of the data port kind of thing. That's just really cool. I love that.
You know, it's just what it kind of looks like to me. I know there's another ring around it, and I thought, well, I could add that, but you know,
yeah.
But it's amazing on stuff that you find that's junk that works so well for little things like that you may think is junk, and that's unfortunate for me because I see it on everything, and then I become such a bad hoarder. So
yeah. So Cash Canna says, love the scratches. Once in the field, there'll be a ton more.
Yeah, there will be. That's why I do the whole base of it too in the one color, because when it gets new scratches, hopefully it doesn't go all the way through to the black plastic. But having the black scratches as well makes it look really good. I've seen them that actually has the original black and the silver scratches and then your main paint. The one thing I wish I would have done is I'm going to, and I forgot after I took it off, is I was going to leave the liquid latex on here because the logo I'm going to put is going to be scratched too. So I should have left it on and then painted my logo and then scraped it off so that scratch goes all the way down through the logo and everything. But the nice thing about what we did here or about this whole thing is there's no reason why I can't put the liquid latex back on there.
Right. That just is really cool. I love that. Let me block this real quick. So yeah, that's just really cool. I absolutely love that. So, all right, before we get to the other one of yours, I've been working on my Scream canister as well. And it's taken me a little bit longer. We've gone through the process. I've had to fix some stuff on my 3D printer.
You've had some challenges.
I had some challenges. I changed the slicer. I've done some upgrades within the last few times that we've done this. But I've got it painted. It's all pretty much set. I wish I had an airbrush. It's on my list again. But let me go ahead. I'm going to change up cameras real quick. So here is mine that I've done. And I've gone through and done the weathering of it. Now, yours is yellow, and it's a Scream canister. Curtis says this is the unrefined Roar canister because this is the Roar. This is not Scream. So I've gone through and done the weathering to it as well. And this is actually a metallic red. Do
you have that paint?
Chrome red.
A picture of the can?
I did. Yeah. Let me pull up the can real quick in here. I have it right here.
I actually love that color, and I want to get some of that.
This is the can right here. If we'll focus, there it is. It's
so it looks like a Rust-Oleum.
Yeah, it's a Rust-Oleum. Let me see if I can get it to focus right. I got to flip out this little screen.
There you go. There. Colored chrome. That's nice. Red chrome.
Yeah.
I like that. That looks really, really good.
It is a really cool one. It takes quite a while to dry, and it might have been just because it was cold here, but it is really cool. And there was actually at the thrift shop that were where I work close. I work above it, but the thrift shop that's the center runs where I'm at. They did a AutoZone. They were doing, so, hey, we got all these products that we don't need at our showcase where we bring in clients. Why don't y'all come and pick them up and put them in your shop? So this was and we can't sell paint really. So we picked it up and it was in one of our storage units. So I grabbed several cans of it while I was there. So, but yeah, I love that color. It kind of looks like an orangey color on here, and that could have been because of the primer that I put underneath it. But I was trying to be real careful with the runs on it and everything. Now I don't have LED lights in it yet. I am planning on doing that, but that ties into something that's for another show or for another month.
Another month. Yeah. Now, one thing to let people know, when you're painting stuff, the shinier the paint, so the higher the gloss, the chrome, the more imperfections it will show.
Right.
So if you go with a flat paint, just like on your wall, if you go with a flat paint, it shows a lot less imperfections than a glossy paint. So just to keep in mind, I think imperfections look good. I mean, when you're weathering it and aging it, I think that makes it look, like it should be, or that's the way you planned it to be. But, I've also painted stuff with a really shiny gloss chrome that looked terrible because I probably should have done a lot more finish work on it.
Right. And just kind of show you on here, like you said, some of the imperfections in it.
But that looks like that's been a canister that's been used and thrown around and beaten up. Yeah. And I mean, just like it should be.
Yeah, they've gotten scared. I accidentally, when I was checking it, there might be some fingerprints here and there in it because I was touching it as it was trying to see it. And there's some runs in it when it was coming through.
But you said you're painting this outside in like almost freezing weather, right?
Yeah, that's why it took so long, because
that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. This paint is really, it has a lot of smell to it. I mean, when I was doing I know you'd said that the paint doing the fill and sand had a pretty strong smell. I wish we had smell-o-vision because I would have understood a little bit more. Yeah. What that was going to be like, because I ended up telling Jess, because she's very sensitive to that smell. You need to stay on the other side of the house because you don't need to come in around the garage, the shop, or anything, because that could cause you to have an asthma attack. So
yeah, that's why I have a paint booth that it shoots it out. I think my fan is like 600 CFM. So that sucks it all into that filter and right outside. So
right. Well, and the good news thing, I'm straight outside right there on my side door, so I can go out there and I have a little area where I can paint close to there. But it was 25 degrees outside when I was finishing some of this up, and I just let it stay out overnight, trying to get it dry. Then I moved it in early in the morning and let it kind of finish it up. So, all right, I'm just kind of running through. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Cash Canada says, I painted something here in Canada in mid-November, and it's still drying. It's cold here.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I paint a lot of stuff in the summertime outside. But in the wintertime, I've done it in the past. But yeah, I mean, if you have a chance to hook up some kind of fan system and filter system,
yeah.
The VOCs, like what I think Tom said something in here on it.
Right.
They're really not good for you.
No, that new car smell does not do the body good. So yeah, and that's why I do paint outside. I mean, I can't get any more well ventilated than outside. So,
and that's including the filler, right? I mentioned that filler is not the best stuff to smell, and that's why I have the mask that hangs there next to my spray booth, and I use it all the time. My memory is bad enough as it is. I don't need to
kill any more brain cells.
Yeah, exactly. So I've killed enough. So
Curtis goes, he walked out. The guy's like, "Are my brain cells dying?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably."
So nice.
So,
Cool. Well, I
Let's do
like
next
yours. I
one.
think it looks good. I like the color. I'm going to get that color and try that on something. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, see, I almost thought when I saw your DeWalt case, I thought that was the same color.
Yeah, no, it's just a maroon or whatever color they called it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what the color is.
So,
Heritage
all right,
red.
chartreuse red. Okay. All right. So we've been working quite a bit, and I guess we can go ahead and start.
Yeah, we can talk about.
We can start pulling a Gary now, I guess. Kind of leading into what's going to be going on next month, because I believe your next one kind of leads into it. Am I correct?
Yeah. So next month, what we're going to end up doing, I'll just mention it here. We are going to build in one of the bigger containers I have, which I believe is 30 by 30, or might be 3 foot by 3 foot and a foot deep. We're actually going to build a fully working scream container and door, and the door will actually pop open when you scream loud enough. So the LEDs will go up, will rise on their own, and then the door will actually pop open. I may have a few other things in there as well that may happen, but that's what we're going to work towards. So we're actually going to make this all from scratch. So we'll be using CNC machines or jigsaws or whatever we need to use to make this happen.
Right.
With me, I prefer the CNC just because it's a lot easier for me to use and set up, and everything's proportionate and accurate. But if not, you just you put your boards on top of each other, screw them together, and then cut them all at one time, and then they all match. So, but sorry, we're going to design that up. We're going to cut them out. We're going to put it together. I think it'll be fun.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be really cool. Do you have a place for this one yet?
I do actually have a place. So I have one that has, I've been wanting to replace for a while. Okay. I like to replace mine, like I said, after so many favorite points. And it's been needed to be replaced now probably for a year. So I actually have a perfect place for it. So looking forward to actually getting it out there. And unfortunately it's behind a police station. So I think the screaming we'll see what happens.
Oh no, they're beating them up.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, but, so I'm just kind of funny. Sounds, everybody's, I don't know if anybody's really intending for all the puns, but sounds like a fun show. That sounds awesome. So it's just different. It's just going to be a sound cache. It's going to be a scream cache. I'm looking forward to it. And it's not going to be just in one show, just to let you know. There's no way that we could do this build in one show. So it's going to be broken up all of next month. Challenge wise, we haven't really.
I don't know if I have a challenge on this one. If you want to come on with something at the end, maybe you build your own container, you build your own version. That's fine. Just let us know.
Right.
But I don't know if I'm going to issue a challenge out there to anybody, just because I think it's going to be really detailed, and I don't know how many people actually will make it. Right.
Because it's going to be not just, these canisters are 3D printed, and then actually your lens, and I'll kick to mine just for a second. Your lens on yours, and what I'm talking about lens is this part right here, this white that's on here. This is transparent or translucent filament that I used on mine, but you actually used your resin printer on yours, correct?
Correct. So this is mine. It's resin printed, so it's a little bit clearer. I could actually pull out the difference. I have both of them done. I'm running. This is what I'm running right now. So I just wrote this code this weekend just to have something in there to look at. I actually think it's kind of cool. I actually had to sit in my living room all weekend running, so on batteries, and it lasted all weekend, and I had to shut it off. But it actually charges up, and then it will stay fully charged. Just what I do for the code, just for looks. It'll stay fully charged for 25 seconds, and then every 5 seconds it will lose one LED discharge. Once it gets to the bottom, it'll stay discharged for I think 5 seconds and then recharge. So if you watch it, it'll take quite a bit of time, but if you watch it, it will actually discharge maybe I'll watch it here, and once it gets close, I'll pull it up and show you.
Okay.
But it's just a simple Arduino code. We've gone over them. In fact, I have it pulled up here. I could show you. I mean, it's an easy code to write. I've shown how to write LED flashing codes. That's all it is, with lots more 17 LEDs.
Right.
So,
and of course, the code that we're going to be doing is going to be a lot more advanced because there's some other modules in there because of screaming and then there's going to be a relay of some sort because it's going to fire the cabinet latch or however we're going to do it. So, Mini Mag Assassin, can you post the part list for the build?
We can at the end.
We can at the end because we haven't gotten it all yet. We don't know what all's going in there. Some of we'll figure it out as we go along. And that's what a lot of us builders do. We figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
So, okay. So here it is. It
charge here.
Yeah.
And I have it doing each LED at a 1/4 second charge. I had it going slower, then I had it going faster, and that's kind of what I liked it at.
Yeah, but, that looks really cool. I really do like that.
The difference between, we went over this before, but just to show people, and I actually am going to change, I think, the display a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to make up my own, but let me find here.
Yeah, and of course you can use whatever color LEDs you want. Chad just went with the red. On mine, I'm kind of thinking blue. I don't know.
Blue would be cool.
I think blue would be like kind of cool. And I'm curious to how the LEDs will show through the translucent. So I may have to have Chad send me another one of. So
this is the difference between a resin and a 3D printed part. So the resin is clear,
right?
And the 3D printed part, and this actually is not the best 3D printed one, but you can see the difference. Now, this has build lines in it. I could have made it solid, so you wouldn't actually see that,
right?
Which
and
would
I
have been a better
decision.
decision.
Right here.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can pull that one up. See if so there's
and I think that would look better. I don't really want to see the LEDs behind it. So I actually may end up scratching or sanding with some really fine sandpaper the back of mine. But I think I'm going to switch the screen that you can see here, how I have it, the divided screen with the black, which is this one here. I just painted the little lines black with one that doesn't have the lines. So it's actually just clear all the way through.
Okay, it's about to do the climb again.
Oh, yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Better scream. Oh, too late. So anyways, yeah, you kind of have to have it straight on. So if I move the LEDs back a little bit, I think it'll be a little bit nicer too, but that's something I need to experiment with and see.
Right. Yeah, I really do like that. I didn't add them in there, but you added the detailed black pieces that go over the
screen.
The screen, yeah.
I just painted it black. I taped it off and painted
it black. Yeah, because I printed those off, and I'm thinking, I don't know if I like them.
I resin printed them too, and they just kept falling off, and it didn't turn out. And I'm like, I don't like it. So yeah, I just painted it black.
I may go back and hand paint mine, or I haven't glued anything in place on mine, so I can get into it and change things, including this screen. I can pop that out and redo it. So that's not, and I didn't go in and paint mine, that part of it yet. So I just have that. The big part was for me getting this part done this weekend. So, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I may go back and reprint the bottom piece because it seems really soft to me, and there's kind of the way that one's kind of damaged, but it seems really soft to me. And I think I need to put a little bit more on the base. And like I said, that was printed with the old slicer. So I may change it up and just go ahead and reprint that piece.
I wonder if you could cut a piece of wood or something or acrylic in there and glue it in there to make it harder. So you don't have to reprint.
I probably could. And now I did on the screen itself, I did go in, and I know we kind of mentioned this before, but I just used the acrylic weld that we've talked about before, the weld on, and that's what I used to get the black to stay, the screen and that to stay on there. And I think you've probably mentioned that before. Is that what you used, or you used the gel? I used the liquid.
Mine's just pressure fit in there.
Oh, mine didn't. Mine just kept.
Mine's not glued in right now. It's just pressure fit in there, and the LEDs are on. So I made, I cheated. I cut a board here for the LEDs to fit in.
Okay.
Right. And so I did non-pre-wired LEDs. And then I added my own resistors and everything. And then so the LED sticks through a tiny bit. And so I cut this piece to sit in front. And I want it out of dark wood. And so that actually holds it off of the screen there. So otherwise it wouldn't sit straight.
Right.
Because the LEDs pop through a little bit. So that's what I used on mine. And then everything runs to breadboards.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how'd you do that? So
yeah, it was just a real quick cut, like 58 seconds.
Yeah, and we'll go into more of that kind of stuff next month.
We'll do it during the build, because honestly, the container I'm gonna try and size it. It's not going to be an exact. It's not going to be the proportion of it is not going to be exact from the door to the container and everything.
Right.
But it's going to be closer.
Right. So it's the container that we're building for next week. Is it going to be a smaller version of what you have
there?
there?
So it's 75%.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So so it will look, from my plans and my sketches originally, I think 75% will be the better one to use. Now, this is not going to move off of the display or anything. It's actually going to be permanently attached in the display. So or on the whole cache. So the size doesn't really matter.
Okay. All right. Well, I am really looking forward to us doing that next month, doing that build. Sorry, I read a comment here. Gary's saying, just remember, for every bean pot spill, there are a dozen warming in the back kitchen. Yeah, so I understand that. Hugh is saying, really enjoyed Andrew's build, and yours ones is too. Thanks, tips showing how things are getting changed up. I hit the like button, so I hit the build. So yeah, so this is just really, I think, Chad, I think us doing this weekly, I think everybody's really, really liking it, and we're able to do a lot more different stuff with this. And I like that we're able to break things up and kind of spread it out. And I am really looking forward to next month's build with the screen canister. So that's what we're doing next month. And it may go further than next month. That depends on how things go. So
yeah, I'll probably end up cutting stuff not live. We'll probably do a video of it fast forward, because I don't want to sit there and set up this whatever I'm going to cut it with, cut it, go through that whole thing. I'll probably end up cutting it and then videotaping it, and we'll show the video of it.
Sorry. Cache Canada posted a comment in there. I can't put it up on the screen.
I saw that. That's funny.
But that's funny. That's funny there. Yeah, it is. So Gary's saying, smush that like button, everyone, and thanks. So I want to thank everybody once again for being on here. Andrew, awesome job. Love that lightsaber cache. Really do appreciate it. Love the creativity, the simplicity, the elegance of it. You know, it's not a blaster. There's something about a blaster that's not elegant, but a lightsaber is a very elegant weapon. Sorry, I had to bring in my Star Wars. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So, but I really do appreciate it. And like Gary said, smush that like button. Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe. There's a lot of stuff coming up this next year. Of course, we got Cache Fest coming here to Memphis, and got some plans. And those are some of the pots that Gary's talking about that's kind of cooking in the back. So that we cannot reveal. But really do appreciate everybody being here tonight. Chad, you got anything? Last things? Oh, almost forgot our email. So finding the right one. Here it is. All right. So yeah, have a comment or question or thing, send us an email at gadgettalkpodcast@gmail.com. Anywhere that you see a really cool cache that you think we need to see, or that we really would love to see, you can tag us on Instagram at Gadget Talk Podcast, and really would love to see all of these really cool caches. I am so looking forward to seeing all the lightsaber battles with Andrews. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Make sure you send us that GC code when it posts. I want to follow that.
Yeah, I do too. So, all right. Anything else, Chad?
No, that is it. We'll see everybody next week.
next week, and when we start our build of the Scream cache.